iDS Talks is a podcast dedicated to helping corporations and law firms find new and effective ways to leverage data, giving them a decisive advantage both in and out of the courtroom.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to an iDS Talks podcast. I'm Tim. I'm a managing director for iDS in Europe, based in London. Today, I'm joined by Julia Viohl, a shareholder with Vanguard Littler, based in Germany. Hello, Julia.
Hi.
Pleasure to have you here. We're here shamelessly sort of promoting your panel and the larger Littler European event in Amsterdam in October. So I wanted to ask you a few questions about yourself so you could kind of let people know about your practice and who you are. And then I'll ask you a few questions that probably are more relevant to your panel discussion that's forthcoming. A few teasers maybe. I don't want to give away everything. People have to attend to hear that sort of thing. But nevertheless, we can ask a few questions. So I'd be curious to know about your practice generally. Maybe in a few words. Is it limited to Germany? Do you get involved in cross-border work? Tell us about your work.
Mm-hmm. I'm a certified specialist attorney for employment law in Germany. So I advise on German employment law and not on law from a foreign country. However, me and my team advise national and a lot of international clients. So many projects are international. So we work together with our colleagues from other countries. So it's both. My focus is Germany, but at the same time, it's international cases. So I look through German glasses on international cases.
Great. And helping those clients run a kind of successful internal investigation, there's a lot of overlapping elements to that. There are different areas of law that kind of intersect. You might get involved in a case that ultimately has a criminal referral. I imagine you've been involved in those kinds of cases. I'd be more curious where you might interweave or retain the expertise of third-party specialists, people that work in technology and these kinds of things. When do you often find that need arises, or do you have examples of when that's come into a case?
So when doing internal investigations, we work a lot together with IT experts regarding evidence that we need from the client's IT systems. So we need the IT experts to get those evidence. And we also work together with the police, for example, and state attorneys, for example, when there was a suspicion of fraud and we needed video monitoring, because video monitoring of employees is not allowed in Germany if you don't have a serious reason for that. So if you have the police or the state attorney, that can help a lot.
Yeah, that's great. And I was going to ask you if you had a memory where electronic evidence was very useful in one of your cases. Is that your choice of best memory, or do you have another case where you've relied on electronic data?
Yeah, it was a case at a checkout area of our client where employees were working with cash money. There was a suspicion that a larger group of employees working with the cash at the checkout misused the cash IT system and kept cash from the customers' payments for themselves.
I see.
So in addition to the video monitoring from the police, we had IT experts analyzing the cash register system of the client, so we could find out when they logged in, when they logged out, and what cash they registered in the system. And we could look at the videos that we had to find out, okay, what was given to the customer and what was put into the system.
Oh, wow.
So we could find out, that it was fraud. So this is something where we work together with two external parties to actually find out about the misconduct at the workplace.
Those must be some pretty decent CCTV cameras to be able to see sort of banknotes, and the resolution must have been quite good. I like that kind of thing. I'm a data forensic person by trade, so I very much dig into data. Our whole firm do this. So I love to hear these stories. I never get tired of them. Um, Now, I guess sort of the main event, this panel in October in Amsterdam, which is a lovely time to be in Holland, by the way. Tell us a little bit about that panel. What are you going to talk about, and what might you want attendees of that session to learn or take away?
Mm. The panel is called Catching a Liar: How to Lead an Internal Investigation. And the audience will be representative from companies all over Europe. And I think all in all, I want to give them two takeaways. So number one is that companies should take complaints seriously and not shy away from investigating. So the situation will not get better when the company just does nothing.
Mm,
And an investigation does not automatically have to be long and take a lot of time. So some complaints can easily be closed, and employees at the same time feel valued. So it's really important to take complaints seriously and to investigate. Sometimes it will
mm-mm.
become a huge investigation, which is
Yeah.
good for the atmosphere, but it doesn't have to take a lot of time.
My follow-up to that question, Julia, is
Yeah.
are are all of these investigations positioned in that sort of framework where we know somebody's lying and we're trying to catch them out? Or is it truly an investigation where we ought to look into this and let the facts tell us what's actually happening here? And I guess my follow-up ancillary question is, do you run these investigations with your client and find out the accused are not lying?
Um, I think it's the latter. It's really to find out the facts.
Mm,
And sometimes when you have a complaint, it's not true or it was a little bit different, and because it's at the workplace. So sometimes it's just feelings that are different. But yeah, in the majority of the cases, you find out that someone at least is lying, and it's the way how to get there, how you find out who's lying in this case, and technology can help you with that. To have emails um, that prove that the complaint is true, and yeah.
makes sense. Well, last question. What's your favorite thing to do in Amsterdam that isn't work related? Do you like the food? What do you enjoy about Amsterdam?
In the Netherlands, I actually, yes, enjoy the food, but when being in Amsterdam, I love going on a boat and
Oh yeah.
explore the city with a boat. That's so cute.
Yeah.
And Amsterdam is just so beautiful. It's a huge city, but at the same time, it's just beautiful. It looks like a big village,
It
and this
does.
is what I really love about Amsterdam. It's
Yeah,
so beautiful.
it is. It's hard to not get on a boat when you're there. It's a bit like Venice, but it's very yeah, I like the size of it as well. I feel like you could walk it and you never get tired of it because it's so beautiful. It's like Paris or
Exactly.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Yulia, thanks so much for the time. Hope the panel
Thank you for
goes
inviting me.
yeah, I hope the panel goes really well. I'm sure it'll be great.